everybody, and welcome to RAMP, Real Access Motivates Progress live podcast. We are so excited to have everybody here with us. I apologize for missing out last week, but I was under the weather, still suffering from the long haul COVID symptoms, but we are dealing and we are getting through every day, and today is a new day, and we have a great show for you today. I have Home Health Smith with us. I have Linda, the vice president of the company, with us today, and I cannot wait to learn all about what they do and how they benefit the disability community in and around Rhode Island. So welcome, Linda, to the show.
Thank you very much. I'm glad you're feeling better.
I am so excited to have you here with us tonight, and I cannot wait to hear all about what you guys offer. So tell us a little bit about you and how you got involved in your business.
Well, do we have time for this one? I'm not sure. So
Absolutely.
My husband, my husband owned an elevator business, sold it, was going to retire, and retirement did not work well for him. So we decided to resurrect a stairlift business that he had on the side. So from there, we really just decided, and when you're looking at that and you're looking at the business model, what else do people need if you're in their home? If you're in their home to install and assess and install, I should say, for a stair lift, what else do they need? And that's really where we came up with the name of Home Health Smith. Think of a blacksmith that did a lot of things many, many centuries ago. So it's the same idea. So Home Health Smith is a company that we founded and built that is providing and enabling all the different products that are going to keep people in their home safely as long as they possibly can.
Oh, that's awesome. So what areas do you cover? Do you only cover Rhode Island, or do you cover like other states as well?
We cover Rhode Island, we cover Massachusetts and Connecticut.
Oh, that's awesome. Where's your biggest draw from? Is it from Rhode Island?
That's really interesting because we do so many facets. Everything from stair lifts, ramps, elevators, vertical platform lifts, dumbwaiters, ceiling lifts, and grab bars. It's kind of all over. We're doing a lot of elevators in Massachusetts, but we're doing a lot of stair lifts and a lot of ramps in the state of Rhode Island.
That's awesome. Now, walk us through the process. Now, somebody is either in a nursing home and they need some equipment to go home from the nursing home, or they're starting to age in place, or they're like me and out of a blink of an eye, they end up in this wonderful disability community. Mm-hmm. How do they go about finding out what they need, and how do you do the assessment? So give us a little walkthrough of the journey to what you need.
So an individual would, whether it's a child of an aging parent, whether it's the parent themselves or the family, they're going to contact our office. We're going to arrange an assessment, really trying to find out as much information as we can in advance. And then about what we're going to be sending that technician or that assessment out for. And then at that point, we'll make the appointment. It is between a certain 2-hour window. We'll meet that client on site. We'll walk through the home. So we like to say that we're essentially looking at that home, if it's a home assessment, from the time that we drive into the driveway to the time that we leave. So essentially, what is that person doing? What does that individual really need? Whether they're having mobility issues, whether they're aging in place, or whether they're just, having some small balance issues or looking to keep that home safe. It could be a mother moving in for them, or it could be themselves. So we'll do the assessment. We'll write up that full assessment. Then a quote is provided to that client. We then invite that client into our facility. So the one thing that we have now, and because COVID has kind of put a little bit of a crimp on it, is we have an entire facility that is an accessible living suite. It is a showroom. We have about 16,000 square feet in Portsmouth, and it is designed so that you can walk into that facility and really look, feel, and touch demo products. Is it something that you need a bed? Because we premiere with one of our premier partners is Cardi's. So Cardi's has outfitted the entire facility of ours with a lot of their furniture, whether it's the lift chairs or whether it's their Nairobi bed. So we have that. You can then walk into and demo various types of stair lifts. You can get on and ride a vertical platform lift. So if you can imagine the front of a home, we've actually built our back facility area so that you're essentially walking in. You see the front of a home. You can take a ramp up to the front door. You can then, or if you don't need that, you then can get onto the vertical platform lift and go up to the front door. Going into the facility, we have a full accessible kitchen that was designed and outfitted by Rhode Island Kitchen and Bath. The full accessible appliances, and I'm talking, the side open oven, the lower microwave, the lower dishwasher, the roll under stove, the drop arm cabinets that you can reach out, whether if you're in a wheelchair, you can just reach up and grab that to pull it down. The roll under kitchen sink, as an example. A full accessible bathroom so that they can see in terms of a roll-in type of shower seat, shower bench, the roll under kitchen sink, the roll under bathroom sink, I should say. Then you also can see, the mirror. You can see the toilet incline lift. So there's an electric incline lift that's out there now for a toilet seat. So you can literally then get on that, and you, with the remote control, help to either lift yourself up off the toilet or down. So, and then we go into the bedroom. We've got some smart technology. Ray Melanson from Next Monitoring has come in and done some different things with the facility in terms of the alert monitoring that we show and some of their products. California Closets it's in, so we can show an accessible remote control type of closet. There's so much there at our facility that when people walk in, they're kind of blown away because they've never seen everything all in one location.
That's incredible. I love that. And let me tell you, I have done some videos for Cardi's on their bed, and that is the Mercedes-Benz of hospital beds. I want one so badly. At some point, I will be getting one. The bed raises and lifts. It does so many different things. It's just so incredible. And I've worked with Raymond with all of his videos and doorbells and stuff. He's fitting my Habitat house, with the proper things that we need. But what we want to know, what I want everybody to know is everybody is different. Like for me in my wheelchair, I don't like the side open stove. I've tried it. I don't like it. I would rather have the pull down because my chair is above it. So so everybody is different. So it's nice to have it where people can roll in because they can see the different things that they need and they can fit the right equipment to them.
Exactly.
How is it walking the family through all of this? It's such a shock when you need to do something like this for a family member. How do you help them get through the process of the change?
It's really sitting down with those individuals and just finding out exactly what they're needing. What are the needs of that individual family member? What are they going through? It could be a young child. We've dealt with so many families that have young children where we've had to outfit the entire home with the ceiling lift tracks and really provide that family with what's going to help them take care of that child in that home, to where that child can now live in that home throughout the rest of his life, because it's really built for that person, whether it's designed with the sinks that can raise and lower based on the age of that child. It's working with that individual, and they may need some type of shower, a bath lift, or a bath type of unit, because say you're dealing with a young family and they've got young children. Young children really love to take baths. We all know that. So what is really going to help that individual and help that family, enable them to stay in that home and care for that child? And that's really what we do. We just really sit down with that client. What are their needs? What are they looking for? I mean, I've met with the clients as well as their physical therapists, and in some cases, even their doctors have contacted us just to kind of give us an idea as to what that child is going to need. and what situation that child is in. We call it that life-changing moment. And, whether we've gotten the calls where someone has been in a car accident and can no longer get up the stairs, and there's stairs everywhere in their home. What has to happen for that individual to get so that they can utilize that home once they get out of rehab? So we've actually worked.
Yeah. I got a quick question.
Well, sure.
Do you only work with like homes that people own, or do you work with renters, like rental apartments and stuff like that? Like, have you worked with landlords and stuff like that?
Yes, we do. So we do a lot of grab bars. We do a lot of stair lift rentals. We do a lot of ramp rentals, ceiling lift rentals. So yes, we've worked with all those. We have a process where if we're installing a stair lift in someone's home that they don't need, the landlord has to give permission. And I cannot think of one situation where that landlord has not given permission. Especially, we work with a lot of veterans, and they're always providing permission for that veteran to get whatever they need to stay in that home. So yes.
Now, if that person had to leave that home for one reason or another, whether it's, that they had to move on to another facility or move states or just pass away. I mean, it's with this community, it's a possible thing. Does the landlord usually keep that accommodation in their house, or do they usually relinquish it? Because it'd be great if they kept it, because it would give, more people options.
Normally what we see is if it's a grab bar, then yes, they definitely keep the grab bar in the home. If that client had been renting a ramp or renting a stair lift, then they really at that point want that removed. And then we can definitely go back and put it back in if the next, two renters down from that decide that they need to have that. So yes, we can definitely do that.
Now, do you work with any kind of state grants or state funding in order for people to afford these accommodations, or is it all out of pocket and just hoping that their health coverage will cover it?
So majority of what we do is out of pocket, but we do work with a lot of the Rhode Island grants. We work with a lot of the Mass Home Loan Program. So yes, we do a lot of that. We work with Workman's Comp. We work with a lot of the different organizations throughout the state that may help to pay for that for their client. But yes, so we do work with all of those individuals and organizations, I should say.
Yeah. Do you do a lot of that paperwork to walk people through where they can find funding, or is that up to them to find it and, hopefully they land on something that'll work for them?
No, we actually give them a lot of different suggestions. And a lot of cases, that client themselves has to really kind of push through. But we let them know what grants and what programs are out there and who they can go through. And then if they need the help, then yes, I've had many clients come in and we've helped them do the paperwork. We can't say we've done the paperwork. We help them do the paperwork and then walk them through the steps that they need to do to get it submitted so they can get approved.
That's great. Do you work with the home modification grants in Massachusetts and Rhode Island?
We do. We do as well. We've done a lot with the Rhode Island. Yes.
Yeah. Can you tell everybody who may not be aware of that program a little bit about that program and how it works for them?
So what you have to do at this point is there's, paperwork. They have to definitely get an assessment done. They're getting their paperwork, obviously, and they can get that from I think it's the Rhode Island Disability. Help me there, Tina, because I know you're on that. You're on that board, I think.
The Commission on Disability.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So they're getting their paperwork from that at that point, and they have to get a couple different types of quotes, submitting everything, filling it out, submitting everything. And then we then provide that client with pictures, because you have to provide before pictures as well as our full assessment. They then have to then take that paperwork and get it signed off by either their doctor, stating that they do need that type of equipment, whether it's a ramp or whether it's a stair lift. And then everything is submitted into the department. And then once that is approved, the client is notified that they are approved, and then the client would then call us or whoever was chosen for that job.
That's a great, it is a great program, and it's a reimbursement program. So I think they reimburse you up to $4,000 for whatever
Up to
accessibility
4,000.
that you need. And
Correct.
the nice thing about that grant is if it is a renter's place, they require the landlord to maintain it for 10 years, whether you live there or not. So the nice part about having that grant is if you happen to move, that landlord has to still keep that ramp there for at least 10 years, but it opens up the occupancy to other people who happen to be in wheelchairs or would need that accommodation. It gives you more places where you can go, and the landlord is already aware of how it all works. So there's no fighting or, issue with it. I just love that program so much. Massachusetts is adopting this program as well, aren't they?
They are indeed. They're still working through it from what we've been able to find out. But yes, I've been hearing the same thing. Correct.
Yeah.
But I mean, and they've got some great people at that department that I will tell you, people can pick up the phone and give them a call, and they will really walk that client through the steps of what is needed.
Yeah, I mean, you just call the Governor's Commission on Disability and you can ask for Alyssa Gleason, and she will walk you right through everything. She is absolutely phenomenal, and it's not a process where you're like totally lost and do not know what the next step is. So definitely everybody out there who would need these accommodations, look into this program because it is a one-of-a-kind program and it's fabulous. I want to get back to the assessments and the ramps from whether determining whether you want a ramp or a stair lift or an elevator, or what is the majority, and how do you make that decision of should it be a ramp or should it be an elevator?
Well, you really, I mean, when that assessment is done, if you're going into that home and you're looking and the situation could be that they cannot get into that front steps or the front door. So at that point, let's look to how we get into the home. I think that's the most important thing. So keep it in mind that we work with the 1 in 12. So for every inch of rise, you've got to go out 12 feet. So how many steps is that client really having to walk up to get to it? If you're talking in some cases 10 steps, then you're not going to want a ramp at that point. A ramp's not going to be feasible based on the actual footage of that home. So then you have to look at a vertical platform lift. And then what is the rise of that? And that could be just coming in and enabling that person to get into the front porch at that point. And then from there, if they can get into the front porch, what is the entrance into the home? If it's just a small step, it could be something that could be either a transition plate, or it could be a big lug, or it might even, if it's a 4-inch rise, it could just be a 4-inch ramp at that point to get them into that home. And then from there, is the door wide enough? Those are things that we have to look at. How is the door opening? Is it opening in? Is it opening out? If it's an opening out, where is that person going around? Is there enough room for that person to open up that door? Can that door come off if it's a screen door, as an example, to enable them just to get in? So there's a lot of different factors that have to go in, making sure that if it's a vertical platform lift, are they able to, does it need to be, an enclosure? Where is that? How is that individual getting into that home? If they're having to come all the way around to the side of their porch, which is on the opposite side of the driveway, those are things that need to be taken into account, because it's very difficult to maneuver a wheelchair over grass or over dirt or even over pebbles. So those are things that have to be taken into account on that end when we make that decision to do that. If it's a ramp, then, obviously we're going to give the best configuration. We're always going to have that ramp either end. We never want that ramp to end in the grass or the dirt, because you have to think of who's really either using that wheelchair or that walker. Are they by themselves? Is someone pushing them? So we always want to end that ramp either on the sidewalk or on the driveway. That is very, very key to us at that point. And making it simple for that individual to get through. We're not one of the companies that do the I like to call them the S or the 5s or the U shapes in a way. We want to try to go the simplest route to do that. And if we find that, there's, going back to the example of 10 steps, then a ramp is pretty much out. But is there another entrance into the home that we can utilize a ramp versus going with a vertical platform lift? And then at that point, that's where we've done some ramps, and we've done some vertical platform lifts in garages, because they can drive into their home. The front porch may not be feasible, but the garage may only have 3 or 4 steps. All right, so is there room to put a ramp? And then do you utilize the garage? Are you driving into the garage? If you're parking in the garage, you don't want to lose your garage, which some clients don't want to do, then we look at a vertical platform lift, because at that point it's an easy rise. You're only going up 3 or 4 inches. And then we also rent vertical platform lifts. So our rentals are a minimum of 3 months, whether it's a ceiling lift, whether it's a stair lift, whether it's a ramp. We have rented sit to stands. We've rented Hoyers. So it really depends on what that client needs at that point. And then an elevator is a completely different situation.
I want to get to the elevator in a second, but one thing I think everybody needs to know is it also matters what wheelchair the person is using. Like my motorized wheelchair could do a slightly steeper slant than somebody who's powering themselves in a manual wheelchair up a ramp. Like I know here I have one ramp to code, but my back ramp is a little bit steeper because it's shorter, but my power wheelchair can maneuver it. But the other thing that people need to know is ramps aren't transferable. It's very important, like to say, oh, I had somebody who passed away and I have an old ramp. Do you want mine? They're not transferable, because what one house fits does not fit another house. So you're better off donating that ramp back to an organization or a company like you, so you can donate it then to the proper person that ramp would work for, and work something out with you guys. Now, do you do something like that where they can donate an old ramp to you and then work on a new ramp for the new place that they're going to?
So we have done that. Not a lot of it, I'll say, because of that exact situation that you're talking about. So we could take the donated parts, but if they have donated a ramp from another company that we don't work with, then it's hard to match up all of those parts. Because the example you just gave is exactly right. And that same example goes to stair lifts. So we get that call all the time that, oh, my neighbor gave me a stair lift, or I bought a stair lift on Craigslist and I want to have it installed. Well, did it work when you bought it? No, I didn't try it out. It wasn't working then, but can you get it working? Well, those are things that, people don't realize, that you have to measure that stair. You have to look at the entrance. How's somebody going to get on or off? What's on the opposite side? Does that chair swivel? Is there an auto hinge needed if it's in front of a door? Because you don't want to block anything and create a tripping hazard. And what's the length of your stair? Your stairs might be just, say 13 feet, but then the other one could be, just a little like 8 feet. So it's those things all have to go into play that a lot of people don't realize.
Yeah. And like I said, that's something I want to make sure people realize. It's the type of wheelchair that you're using. It's the type of entrance, and ramps and power lift, they are not interchangeable. Besides the fact, if you go pick up a power lift to bring to another way, one, you're driving that on the highway or on the streets in a trailer, that it's not going to work by the time you get there, between the wind taking it and the car shaking it and everything. That lift is probably not going to make it in the same condition that you probably picked it up in. But now, what's the difference between a stair lift and the elevator? Because I am in love with the elevators. I think they're so cool.
So it really, it's a big difference, number one. So you obviously know it's stair lift. So stair lift, you're getting on the stairs and you're riding that lift up to the second level, or maybe down to the first level. They have curved stair lifts as well. So we've done a lot of the curved stair lifts. So it's somebody might be in a 3-story condo, not able to maneuver through the stairs. So what has to happen? So in some cases, we would actually just do a continuous curve for that stairs, but allowing that person to get off at level 1, level 2, and then to the top level. So with an elevator, it's completely different. We have a lot of clients that when they're doing a new build right now, they're incorporating an elevator into their home. They could be either aging in place or they're building a home that they want to now make their forever home, as we call it. It could be a second home. It could be someone that has an existing home, which we've had a lot of lately, and they want to stay in their home. They don't want to go to an assisted living because of what COVID's caused. And what has to happen for them to put an elevator in. And a lot of people are actually putting exterior hoistways on their home. So they may not have the space inside their home. So think of closets. We like to use the example of the stackable closets. Every closet is in the same location on every floor. So that when that house was built, that might have been built with that hoistway in mind, designed in mind that you could eventually go back and put an elevator in there at that point in time. It is less expensive to put an exterior hoistway on than it is to build a hoistway inside a home that might not have had the stackable closets, because you now have to make sure that the blocking is in place on every level, because you have to install the rails for that elevator to move up and down in. You have to make sure there's a pit, and then you have to make sure that there's the proper overhead for that elevator, which is why a lot of people are now doing the exterior hoistway. So there's room. They can now put that hoistway, and the builder can build that hoistway to look like the actual outside of your home. And then they'd go through, and then it would stop at every single level.
It's incredible. I've seen them, and I just think there's so much. They look so much fun. You know what I mean? It's great for my grandchildren. I'm the meme. That's the ride. You can hook their little wheelbarrows to the back of my chair and take them for a ride. Now that they can ride the elevators, and now my chairlift is in, so they can ride my chairlift all the way down the stairs. And yeah, we're just a fun house. So they look really nice. Like you can't even tell that you have them in a lot of the spaces. I mean, you have them,
right?
Obviously, because you have the wheelchair in the house, but they just so bring it where you can stay in your home forever. And this is the big thing that people plan for the future. If you know you're building a home and you're planning on staying there, plan for the future so you can, God forbid you were in a car accident or have a surgery on your knees or backs or anything. These things help for just minor things or temporary things. Or if you're just not feeling good, I'd rather ride down in an elevator than I would, trying to maneuver my stairs when I don't feel good. This is what people need to think about ahead of time.
So I will tell you, we're getting more and more of this. And we deal with a lot of architects and builders that are actually really kind of pushing that in a way, because if you're going to age in place and if this is your forever home, then you need to think about that. So I'll give you an example. We met with a client last Friday, and they want to stay in their home. They don't want to move. The house was built in 1921.
Wow.
So you and I both know that there's no way possible that house on the interior is really going to be able to set for that elevator. So they have worked with an architect. They have actually built and designed that hoistway so that that elevator will stop on their bedroom level and on their main level. It's just a two-stop. They don't have mobility issues now, but they're thinking for the future. So what has to happen? And they're in their 60s and they're healthy. Right. Everything's great, but they want to think of the future. The other thing, when I talked about the accessibility living suite at our facility, is we also have a working elevator. You can get in it, you can ride it, you can take it to the next level, it's just a two-stop, take it to the next level and at least experience that elevator. So when someone's buying something such as this, they're not buying it off a brochure. They're actually coming in, they can touch, they can feel, they can look at the different gate options, they can look at the different metal options, wood options, and get in it. Shut the gate, take a ride up, hear how it sounds, look at the motor, look at the pit, and really get a feel for that. Because it is an expense that you're whether you're buying a stair lift or whether you're buying a ramp or whatever, it is an expense that you're you're looking at. You're wanting this to be in your home. You want to make sure that you like it and that you're going to be comfortable with it, and you're going to be comfortable using it too.
And the other thing is it's not just for the people who live in the home. I mean, if they're in their 60s, their parents may still be around and aging. I mean, everybody living to 90. Maybe your parent might need it. Maybe a child, unfortunately, may need it if they happen to be in a wheelchair or having a surgery. So, and it also adds to the value of your home. It adds to the resale value of your home, that you can open it up to more and more people, like my roll-in shower and my custom-made vanity that my wheelchair fits right under in my bathroom. It all adds to, it's pretty, it's convenient, and it adds to the beauty and to the bottom line of your home if you had to resell it down the road. And this is what people aren't looking at, because more and more people want to stay at home and they want to be with their families. I know I can't go to any of my family's home because none of them are accessible. If somebody had this and thought a handle, like when my kids are building their homes and stuff, thinking of me coming over to visit, they're going to make their houses adaptable for me so I can come and visit them.
Absolutely. And, we work with a lot of real estate agents on that same exact thing, because they may have clients that want an elevator in their home, and a lot of the homes don't have elevators. So we go in and look at that home with that real estate agent to determine if there is a feasible place for that elevator. Will it work? And if it will, great, that we can work with them. If not, then that real estate agent's moving on to find another place for that, because we get a lot of calls on that. Just to say, hey, can an elevator fit here? I want a client. I can't find any homes with an elevator, and I have to have a home with an elevator. So it's interesting. Right. More and more people, I will tell you, Tina, are moving in that direction. If you think of an elevator, we like to say that it's like another room in your home. So think of it as another room in your home. If you think about those people that are living down by the water and they have the upside down homes. So meaning you have to climb up, to the next level, a set of steps that are normally outside to get to the bedroom level, to then get to the kitchen level, which is on the top, because that's where the best view is. So right, you buy that home, something happens, you break a leg. Now what do? You can't even get your groceries in. Right. And we're seeing that more and more for that type of thing.
Yeah, I know people, friends of mine who had an elevator, and with the contactless delivery would have the people put the stuff in the elevator and then would just send it up to the next floor. So it's contact. You're not even on the same level or floor to have any contact with anybody, but all your groceries are coming upstairs. So it's thinking for the future. It's thinking for beyond, and it's thinking for generations, either prior generations or younger generations that may need that accommodation. But I want you to take a moment to walk us through a little bit of your website so people know how to navigate and how to contact you. So give us your website and let's see if we can, see a few features on there that people have to be interested in.
Absolutely. So again, we talk about our safe home audit, as you show here, our welcome page. So we have at the very beginning just a little bit of information about us and about our story and why we did this, and the mission that we have, which is to just stay in our home longer. We do have a free tool on there where you can download the top 5 danger zones in your home. You can also sign up for our newsletter. So we do have a newsletter on here, and we just have some fun things that we've done. We've been on the road show and a few other things. We talk about, in terms of down a little bit further, just a little bit about what we've got in terms of our license and our certifications. So we are licensed and certified in every single state, as well as every single product that we do manufacture. And a new one that we're actually going to be going through training on here very soon is Bruno. So we will be working with Bruno for Stairlifts and VPLs. So then we go into our services at the very top there, the next one, and we have a safe home audit and our safe home install. So again, I've talked a little bit about these, but it just talks a little bit about the safe home audit and what we can do in terms of going through and doing a just complete home audit, as we call it, on the home, and just looking at things that may be needed. Say, for example, someone might have Parkinson's and they're starting to really feel the effects of that. So what is needed? Going into the home and really doing a walkthrough and watching how that person, I've done some, Tina, where I've watched that individual get on and off the toilet. I want to see him get on and off the toilet. I want to see him get on and out, in and out of the bed. I want to see him walking so that I kind of know what some of the things are that he's going to need there. We then go into our products, and well, this show here, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to, I was kind of rushing through there, but this, in this picture that you show of the actual home, we actually kind of give you the red zone areas that we find. Obviously, we know staircases are huge, bathrooms, as well as kitchens, steps, garage steps, and that type of thing. So we just kind of outline some of the red zone areas that are there. Moving into our products, we really list all of the different types of products that we have. As you can see there, you know, the ramps, the stair lifts, our home lifts, our vertical platform lifts, our elevators. We do a lot with a lot of different accessories. And this is where I like to say that there are so many products out there that people are not aware of that are going to help them stay in their home. So couch canes and bed rails. And security poles and the curved grab bar. I think the security pole and curved grab bar, we must sell hundreds and hundreds of these because we are one of their elite dealers through Stander. So this is a great product that is floor to ceiling tension mounted, and that curved bar that you see right there actually pivots and locks every 45 degrees. So you could go in the bathroom, getting up off the toilet. It can go next to the sofa, next to the chair, at the top of the stairs. So it's got many great different features that are there to help that individual. And some of these products that I'll mention through here can also be found in Cardi's because we are in all of the Cardi's stores with various couch canes and bed rails as well. The next one is the Escape Walker. I'd like to mention this one because of the fact that this is something that we have found that we don't sell the basic products that you're going to find in a Walmart or a CVS or a Walgreens, as an example. We like to feature the unique and different. So this is a great product that we have had a lot of great success with. It's lightweight. Someone can use it as a walker if they get tired, lock the brakes, they can sit down on it. It's got a basket. So again, another good feature that we have these. The other thing that I think is important to mention is a lot of these products that you're seeing, you can come into our facility, you can take it, and we offer like a 1-week demo. So take it home, try it. Does this work for you? Go out on the driveway, go out on our parking lot. Is this working for you? And I think that's the most important thing that we can do. Again, there's some other rollators that are there, and some of the other just basic products, bathroom safety, and then we also talk about our rentals on that end there. And then going into our rentals we've talked about. So again, these are obviously everything we do, we have the rentals for. We still need to provide an assessment to determine if that's going to work for that individual. And we'll definitely come out and we offer the free assessments for everything that we do. So going into the next one is our resources. And again, it's just a little bit of information, some company media, our videos, because we are doing more and more now with videos. We have recruitment videos because we're always looking to hire. We've got some videos that we've done, some of the other road shows that we've done, as well as through Cardi's. So we're doing a lot with Cardi's now, and then whether we're on Studio 10 or on the road show, a lot of those videos will go there on that end. So you can always go back and take a look in terms of various things. And then we also talk about our network, and this is always growing in terms of just our referral sources. And so we're always adding on more people at that point, just in terms, and Tina, we need to get you on this one as well. I think that's another good point that we can put you on here. And it's just, again, just a wealth of information that we provide. And then we go into our photo gallery. So we really, on our photo gallery, just started this and have added to this, but we have pictures of our showroom. On there, we have pictures of our accessibility living suite that I've talked about, and then just some various projects that we're doing. So this here is the elevator, and we show the elevator here in our showroom, and can show just, again, talking about the different metal choices and the gates that are available there. And then I know that there's one too on the accessibility living suite, where we can really, at that point, you can look at the bathroom, you can look at the dining room, the kitchen, and really kind of giving people an idea of what's out there. So Home Mobility Pros, which is another premier partner of ours, installed that bathroom. So we have various pictures that are there. And then we've got some of the other pictures of the kitchen, I believe, that are there, as well as the dining room and the living room. So again, there are some pictures with the microwave, the drop arm, just showing the roll under some various things with the kitchen that have been provided. And then there should be some, I believe, there of the actual bedroom and living room. And we just actually installed, maybe they're not there. I apologize on that. There you go. There's a better rounded picture there. So you can see the actual living suite. So it's showing you the suite. We've got a TV on the wall now. You've got the bedroom with the ceiling lift that we show there. And you can see the bathroom that's in the background there. So, you know, one of the products that's right there that's attached is the Couch King that's got the swivel tray. And these are great products because they could go underneath the end of either a couch or a chair, and enables people to help them get the balance that they need when they stand up from that chair, and then also have a tray table if need be. And then we go down to our projects, and we talk about just showing some of the various projects that we have completed, whether it's the ceiling lift. And this was actually the project that I had mentioned earlier in my conversation, that's showing the nursing bench, as well as the shower stretcher, and then the actual ceiling lift and the tracks throughout the home. So this was done for a Rhode Island family. And then we just mention and kind of show some of the other projects that we've put on there. So Easy Access Vertical Platform Lift. This, I think, is the one we did. And so the builder built a hoistway. It built a lighthouse hoistway, and we installed a vertical platform lift inside that hoistway. And the client wanted it to look, he was on the water, and he wanted it to look similar to his home and to the area that he lived in. So that was a fun project that we worked on there. And it was a vertical platform lift. It was not an elevator.
Yeah,
Isn't that
beautiful.
fun?
I mean, look at how nice that looks. I mean, who wouldn't want to have something like that at their home? You know, I mean, it's just beautiful. And going through all of these pictures and looking at them, it just shows that the accessibility is there, but it's not overly pronounced in your home, and your home is still beautiful. You know,
Right.
it's not a deterrent for anybody. It's not like an eyesore in anybody's home whatsoever. Like, people who come into my home and they don't even realize a lot of the times of all the accessibility that's in my home, because they see the home. And that's what's important,
Right.
is you can have this accessibility and still have a very beautiful home that people won't even know it's there.
Exactly. Yeah, that was a fun one right there. And then we have an elevator install that we did. And that was a fun one too, because the client wanted, I think this is the one where the client wanted a window in their elevator. So we were able to install that. Yes. So that client wanted a window in their elevator. So they, and
neat.
when you go through, yeah, it's neat. And it doesn't look like, you know, if you look at I think it's the very top, the last picture on the end, it doesn't even look, you don't even know there's an elevator there unless you knew that, you know, You knew what you were looking
Right.
at. Otherwise, you would have no clue that there was an elevator there. And then the last one we did, if I could mention it, was the glass elevator. So this was a project that we did in Boston, and we were lucky enough to win awards on this. But this is an all acrylic elevator encased in an all glass hoistway.
That's
And this
gorgeous.
was about a year project, but it's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
I mean, you think you
So it
add some
shows
lights
you
to
the-
that and some stuff for
Yeah.
the holidays and stuff. That is just beautiful.
But this is to kind of show you that the range of what Home Healthsmith can do. You know, with elevators, we do a lot of design build. If we're working with, stair lifts and ramps, we're working with our clients. So it's a wide variety of installations and products that we can do, because we really feel that we cover the gamut of accessibility.
It's gorgeous. And I mean, tell us, now that we're nearing the end of the hour, I want you to tell us what the most important thing that you want people to take away from what you do. If you could give one message to everybody, what would that message be?
I think the message that we would give, that I would say, is the why we do what we do. And we do what we do because we've been in this position. We have family members in this position. We know what everyone is going through, whether it's a life-changing situation, or whether it's bringing an aging parent, or having a family member pass. What has to happen for that individual to stay safe in their home? And it's why we do what we do. We feel that strongly about it. We feel strongly about our core values and the please and thank you, showing up on time. Those are important. And I go to what my husband Bill says all the time. If I tell you I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it. And I think that's key. We're a family-run company based in Portsmouth, Rhode Island, and there's a facility that you can come in and try, touch, and feel. You don't have to go to one company for a ramp, one company for a stair lift, one company for an elevator, one company for a grab bar. You can get everything under one roof.
Then that's so important. And if anybody's eyes have not been open to why you don't want to go to a nursing home and why you want to age in place, then COVID has brought to everybody's eyes in the last year or so. I don't know what else is going to spark everybody. This is the time to do this. Do it now when you feel good, and you may need it on occasion. Like I said, I mean, we use some of these elevators just to get people their groceries up to the proper floor where they'd have no contact. There's so many reasons to do this, and look into it now and budget, and we can help you with grants and funding. And well, if there's a way out there that we can get it paid for you, we will. And again, you add to the bottom line of your home. You add, if you're a landlord or a renter out there, it gives more people and more great people who want to rent your apartment that you know that you're going to be able to trust, and they're going to stay for a while, and that are going to be safe in your home. So whether you're a landlord, whether you're a homeowner, look into this. Find out, reach out to us and find out how you can make this possible for more and more people, because I'll tell you, there's not a lot out there, but it's becoming more and more prevalent that this is what we need to do.
Oh, I couldn't agree more. And I think the other thing that, is important to add to that is we're all referral sources. So you may call and say that you need an XYZ, and I'm going to, you may call and say, look, I need someone that has a generator because I keep losing power, or I've lost the power, my lift chair won't work. So we as a company, because we have such great referral partners, we're going to refer you to someone like Ray Melanson at Melanson Electric, because he sells generators. If you need an alert necklace and you happen to mention to us that my mother's always falling, and sometimes we're not there, I'm going to say, do you have a medical alert necklace? And they're going to say no. And I'm going to say, well, here's Ray Melanson's from Next Monitoring's number, or let me just send over their information to you, to them, and he will give you a call right back. So it's a referral source as well, because I may not rent hospital beds, but I can put you in the direction of where to go to get that.
Right. And that's so true. We are stronger together. We're Rhode Island too. Everybody has a guy.
Yeah.
We all know somebody. And if we're in
Yep.
this business and we're in this idea of doing this, we're going to refer you to somebody that we trust, that we know is going to call you back, and we know is going to do right by you. That's not going to overcharge you because they know you have to have this instead of helping you get through because you have to have this. So we're not only
Right.
going to refer you, we're going to refer you to people you can trust, you can count on, and that are good people like we are, that have the same heart and mindset that we do to make sure that you and your loved ones are taken care of. That is so important to everybody to know.
Right.
Give us your final words on your business.
We're here to help. So don't hesitate to give us a call. Whether you need an assessment now or thinking you may need some help, give us a call. Give us a call to come in to look at our showroom. It's there. And, if you're just looking for a referral, again, don't hesitate, because just as you said, we know people that are in this business that can help. Whether if we don't do it, we will put you in with the person that we think is going to be the best fit for you. But keep in mind that you can't do it by yourself. And I, of all people, know that now. So there are other people that can help you. We're all in this together, and we will do what we can to give you to help you as much as we can.
Give us your website and how we can contact you.
So you can give us a call at our office. We are open Monday through Friday from 8 to 4:30. We do have 24-hour call service. So if something should happen after that time, just give us a call. We get that message immediately. You can call us at 401-293-0415. We are located in Portsmouth, Rhode Island, in the Portsmouth Business Park at 207 High Point Avenue in Unit 2. And you can also just reach us through our website at homehealthsmith.com, or you can reach me directly at Linda, Linda, at homehealthsmith.com, or go onto our website. There's a lot of information that is on there, and a lot of information about things that we can help you with as well.
And if you forget all of that, you can reach out to me and say, hey, I want to contact Linda, and I will put you in contact with Linda. So look at that. You have another avenue, because everybody knows me in Rhode Island. But one thing I like about your company is you're a big supporter of the Ramp Red Bag Initiative, about carrying your red bag with all of your medical information on you at all times that's non-tech based. You can go to www.rampisinclusion.com to grab your bag today. And we also have a lot of businesses that buy a bunch of bags, and they either give them out to their clients or they donate them, or you can purchase them through them. But make sure that you get and you become a red bag carrier. You don't have to be disabled. You could have anything. It's keeping your medical information on you at all times and private, that only the EMTs and the doctors who take care of you know your business. And that's what's important. So we thank you for being a big supporter of the Ramp Red Bag Initiative. And I'm just so glad that we got to talk to you tonight and learn a little bit more about what you do. And I can't wait to be referring a lot of people your direction. So give us your email one more time, just so people have it.
Sure. It's Linda, Linda, at homehealthsmith.com. And they can give us a call at any point or make an appointment to come in. We'd love to have anyone come in and take a look at the center and just walk around and just see what's out there.
Oh, well, thank you so much for being our guest tonight. We learned so much, and I can't wait to work with you in the future and send a lot of business your way so people can be happy and healthy and live a long time in their home. So thank you, Linda, for joining us tonight. I am so excited to learn every day about what you do. I hope everybody joins us. I hope everybody joins us next week, because we have a great show next week for you as well. We will be talking to the Blackstone Heritage National Corridor, where they will be doing adaptive cycling events throughout the end of April and May. So make sure you're tuning in next week to learn all about how you can participate in the adaptive cycling programs that they have. They also do adaptive canoeing later on in the summer too. So once you get involved with them, it's a place that you'll always want to be involved with. So hope to see you all here next week at 7:00. If you need any home adaptive, make sure you're reaching out to Linda and Home Health Smith. And if you forgot all of their information, just reach out to us and we will put you in contact with them because we work very closely together. Thank you all. Have a fabulous week, and we'll see you here next Wednesday night live at 7 p.m. Have a good week, everyone.